Christen. My friend Katey and I decided to try hunting last year and went on our first hunt in Eastern Oregon, hunting for mule deer. It was a fantastic and ambitious first hunt, but wow, it was pretty strenuous physically. So we decided to try something new, knowing that there are a lot of different types of hunting and they don't all have to be super aggressive. So we came out to Ranger Ridge Estates for Blackbuck. And we have found that it's been a great experience, much more low-key of a hunt, much more approachable, accessible, lends itself to a fun weekend, and we've really turned it into kind of a girls' weekend with great food, great friends, fantastic team of people that we're hunting with, from our guide, Angela Tamburello, who is an experienced hunter, has been hunting since she was a kid, and also helped build out the wildlife management here at Ranger Ridge Estates. So she was fantastic in helping us identify the right blackbuck, the right size, ensuring that we got on the ones that we really felt comfortable with.
Probably, he's bigger than 12.
I said 14.
Yeah, 14, 16.
He's
behind the bush.
There's he right there, he's going.
Yeah.
And then Jordan Bisbee, our mentor, she was amazing. Taught us a lot about what it's like to hunt some of these exotic animals in South Africa. That's the majority of her experience, and she just had really good perspective for us, a lot of good tips and advice.
Finding a good pH and talking to your guide, everything varies based by species, where you're hunting, what you're hunting. And at the end of the day, we don't want to feed new hunters. You don't want to feed them with a fire hose. Sometimes too much information is really overwhelming. And then
both of them were so much fun. Katey and I really feel like we found lifetime friends in the two of them, and we're thinking about what we can do for our next hunt together. The first day we got here was an opportunity for us to get to know our rifles. They were new rifles to us, and to zero in our optics and to ensure that we were ready to take those shots. There you go. Fortunately, Ranger Ridge has a fantastic range, everything from 5-stand if you're a shotgun fan, to a clays course, to pistol ranges and long ranges up to 700 yards. So we really had time to sit down with Angela and with Jordan and to go through our rifles and to talk about shooting styles, talk about their styles of letting us know when we're ready to go. Angela actually taught me a new technique that I wasn't familiar with, which is shooting off sticks. I'd never done that, and it was an eye-opener. My last hunt, I actually shot off of a downed tree log. It was pretty stable. This time, the shooting sticks, presented a little bit of wobble, and this is Texas. It's windy right now. So I had to compete with the wind and keeping my gun stable, and that time practicing with the sticks on the Ranger Ridge Estates range was invaluable. One of the things that was new for me was to have more responsibility for my optics and setting them up and being a greater participant than in the last time. And right in here. So how do I set it up so that I don't see them?
So when you look through here, you're just going to put them up.
I really learned a lot about spending that time ahead of time in preparation for your hunt, familiarizing yourself with your gun, all the different components, and being ready. One of the things we're also taking advantage of being out here at Ranger Ridge is the opportunity to get some long-range shooting practice in anticipation for our next hunt, which will be for antelope in New Mexico. So after spending some time on the range with our guns, we had some time to go back to the cabin, rest, relax, really nice. And then we got out and started our first evening, or really started our first afternoon on the hunt for blackbuck.
He would be a good one to take. So he's kind of just hanging out in there.
I see him. Let me see how far away.
Kristen, do you see him?
Well, we didn't actually find our animals yet. We didn't find the right size necessarily that we were looking for. Spending that time riding around in the Can-Am, just getting the lay of the land was really useful. The next morning, when we went out pretty early, whew, I thought the mule deer hunt was early, and I thought this would be a little bit different. But again, you have to take the opportunity when it presents itself, and the blackbuck were up and moving relatively early. So like the last hunt, it presented challenges, and the challenges in the last hunt were more physical. The challenges that we faced here were more mental. It did take us a little while to find the right bucks that we wanted. So patience was really important. Also, blackbuck are jittery. They are very, I call them high strung. So we had quite a few occasions where we found a herd and they ran off before we could really get set up. By the end of day 2, we spotted a group, and there he was, exactly what we wanted. When I was on my blackbuck, I really felt like I could have used a little more familiarity with my optics, and it was a good lesson for me because had I thought through some things with my optics, just increasing the power, I probably would have done it in fewer shots.
Now if he turns, you're clear. Smoke him.
That's one thing that concerned me a little bit. Was it took me 3 shots on this buck, and really, I know how these things go, but I still feel bad. The importance of really spending time with that equipment and getting out at the range just can't take for granted.
Send it, girl. You can.
There you go. Good job.
Not a girl bed.
I feel like I should have been a little more prepared, and I should have been able to take him down in 1 to 2 shots.
Thank you. It's okay. Oh, he's still moving. It's okay. Good job. Thank you.
A real difference for me was my first hunt. This blackbuck, or this mule deer in my first hunt, I got him with 1 clean double lung shot. And I came out here thinking, that's probably how it's gonna go. Like, that's the kind of hunter I am. No. Everyone says every hunt is different, and I really learned that on this hunt. And truly, I am happy with my hunt. It's all part of a learning process for me, and I think that it's important to know that it's going to go different ways all the time. Every hunt we go on, I expect it'll be a different species. I will learn more. I will make mistakes. I will ask our guide and our mentor all the nitpicky questions that I feel that I need to know to feel good about what I'm doing and to grow as a hunter. Because that's what this is for me. It's personal growth. That's why I wanted to skin my own buck. That's why I wanted to take out the back straps. I wanted to, get him ready to be mounted. I wanted to do it all because for me, I want to learn how to do it all. Again, in preparation for our next hunt. One of the things I learned too is that every guide will have a different set of parameters or rules that they want you to abide by, the way they want you to set up, the way that they want you to keep your gun, whether they get involved in, whether you're zeroed in well enough or whether you have the right power to take that shot. They're looking at, I will tell you if you have a clean shot, and then it's your job to make sure you're ready to take that shot.
Group of them, and when we get on one, I will be looking behind it also, and I will let you know if you're clear. If I tell you to stop at any time, just take your finger off the trigger because something's moved behind it. It's a bad shot, it's a bad angle, any of that, just take your finger off until we reset, regroup.
Okay.
So if you're not comfortable with your shot, when I tell you you're good to go, don't do it.
Okay.
Don't feel like you have to take that shot.
Okay.
So wait till you're comfortable, take a deep breath, let half of it out, send your bullet.
Find him in your scope. He's pretty good. Right through the shoulder. Yeah.
Thanked him.
Between the 4 of us, we have very different perspectives and histories and types of hunting that we've done. As we're learning what kind of hunters we want to be, we are open to multiple different species and learning that there are so many different types of hunts. They don't all have to be this aggressive survival type hunt. In contrast to our first hunt, the mule deer hunt in Eastern Oregon, where we were out 3-4 days glassing and hiking and trekking hills, this was a much more relaxed hunt. It was exactly what I was looking for. After the last hunt, I actually deduced that I might be a lazy hunter. Maybe I'm someone who doesn't want to trek for miles and miles to hunt, and that's okay. This time, we made sure that it was a more relaxed situation. We had some downtime to spend in the cabin together and to make a cheese board and to actually one night we actually made steak au poivre with our bucks, with our blackbuck meat, and it was phenomenal. So Ranger Ridge really lends itself to that more fun type of hunting because there are a lot of other experiences that you can do here. We spent a lot of time riding around in this Can-Am, but there's also an equestrian center. There are lakes with world-class bass that you can fish in. So, this time on this hunt, we really focused on the hunt, but I could see the opportunity to come out here and really do multiple activities. An exotic hunt like this might be a great way if you're just starting out and you want to learn about hunting without having to invest in all the gear and all the equipment. You can come out here, you can travel light, just need your gun, your bottle of water, your ammo. I was able to do my hunt without needing my binos. My guide did all the glassing for me. I didn't need to range the buck. I didn't need to find the buck. I didn't need to range the buck. They were set up to do all of that for me. So it was definitely a more leisurely type of hunt. And bring your binos so that you can take in all the amazing animals that you'll see along the way. But it's a great opportunity to get into hunting, see what it's all about without the huge investment of time and money. I would say it was a good second hunt, a good decision for us. It filled the buckets of being fun.
Yeah! Oh my God. Thank you. I love it. Oh my God. Thank you. You did it.
Being challenging enough where I'm learning new skills and I'm using the skills that I began to develop on the first hunt, and being rewarding as time spent in the beautiful, time spent in nature and its beauty, and getting to know a diverse group of women and learn from them and their experience. So this was definitely on the mark for what I felt I wanted for a second hunt. One of the nice things about hunting with this group is that all the women on this hunt were very forthcoming about their skill sets and their strengths and their weaknesses or their challenges or things that they just don't do or things that they have to do. The fact that Jordan was really upfront about, look, these are the things I don't like to do on a hunt, and so I don't bother with it. And that she made that okay for me to say, well, maybe I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. I can still call myself a hunter without having to do everything if I don't want to. I'm trying to learn as much as I can, but there may be hunts where I'm not up to certain tasks, and that's okay. This group has taught me that that's okay.